Mohammed on trial in the U.S. Instead, he and the other 9/11 defendants will face military commissions at Guantanamo Bay. Also this hour, game on, President Obama officially launches his re-election bid, trying to recapture the grassroots support that got him elected 2 years ago.
Here it is, 2012, the election.
I think it needs to reflect the changes that we've seen in the last 2.5 years.
And the White House announces the president has invited congressional leaders to the White House tomorrow. They will try and work out a deal to avert a government shutdown. Battlefront Libya is Muammar Gaddafi searching for a diplomatic way out. Rebels regain control of a strategic oil town today as the U.S. announces a delayed departure for its warplanes from Libyan bombing missions starting tonight. Plus, air scare, Southwest cancels 70 flights today after finding more cracks like the one that forced Friday's emergency landing. And drilling decision, a year after the worst oil spill in American history. Should regulators allow BP to resume drilling? Good day, I'm Andrea Mitchell in Washington. We begin with breaking news. NBC News has learned that the Justice Department will abandon attempts to try 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed in a civilian court. Instead, will proceed with a military trial at Guantanamo Bay. Attorney General Eric Holder will make that announcement less than an hour from now. NBC's Justice correspondent Pete Williams broke the story and joins us now from the newsroom. Pete, why the decision? I guess it was inevitable given what has preceded this, but they had to finally make that decision and proceed?
Yes, I think what the administration has decided is it's better to have some kind of trial for these detainees during the president's term in office than to just have them held indefinitely at Guantanamo Bay. Their preference, obviously, was to have them before civilian military courts here in the United States, regular federal courts, just like anybody else charged with a crime in the federal government. But their efforts to do that were consistently blocked. They wanted to do it in New York. New York rebelled. The mayor, the police chief, everyone else basically said it's a bad idea. You're putting us in the crosshairs. Congress also fought back. They cut off money to bring the detainees to the United States. They decided not to spend any money to improve a federal prison in Illinois that could be used to house the detainees. So there was no option. It's either have them before military commissions or keep crossing your fingers that there would be some sort of political change that would allow the administration to bring them to the U.S., and obviously that's not going to happen, Andrea.
And Jay Carney was asked about it at the White House briefing. Here's what he had to say.
What has transpired over the last several years with regards to these issues is well known to everyone. Congressional opposition to some of these decisions created obstacles that made it very hard, that became very hard to overcome. And the president's very focused on the need for justice to be brought with regards to those who are accused of participating in planning those attacks.
What are the legal ramifications, Pete?
Well, a couple, Andrea. First of all, military commissions are relatively untested, so you're putting basically the worst criminals in American history on trial before commissions when all the legal issues haven't been worked out, and that's one of the reasons why the administration was reluctant to do this in the first place. Secondly, the rules, as I understand it, in a military commission, you cannot be sentenced to death if you plead guilty. Now, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed has already tried to plead guilty before a military tribunal in Guantanamo Bay before they were suspended, so if he tries that again, even if they accept his plea, they'll have to have a full-up trial. So those are just some of the issues, Andrea.
Pete Williams, I know you're on the way to the news conference with the Attorney General, and we look forward to your reporting throughout the day. Thank you so much.
You bet.